So using your props however you can, so you can come into this semi-reclined position, maybe just stacking up pillows and sliding another pillow underneath. You're gonna wanna take your low back all the way to the pillow support and then recline down. So there's lots of options here with the legs. Knees can be bent. If your low back is feeling achy, it can be nice to have the knees touching and the feet apart. So it's gonna spread the low back and create some space. If you'd like, you can open out into bound angle or let the legs go long. So your choice for the legs. Relax the shoulders, just let them slide away from the ears down towards the earth. And hands also come wherever you'd like. So getting settled here, wiggling around until you feel comfortable. And then maybe closing your eyes, maybe softening your gaze. Take a deep belly breath. Again, deep belly breath. And just start to connect to your breath, maybe for the first time today. Allow the breath to become a little deeper, a little slower. Imagine that you're breathing directly into the womb, where your baby floats in a private sea of crystal clear water. Imagine that the breath you take in is a soft white light. As you continue to breathe in, imagine that light filling the womb, surrounding your baby with vitality and health-giving energy. Continue to breathe the soft, glowing light into your womb. Now imagine that the light which fills the womb is beginning to radiate outward in all directions. Let it fill your entire body with a radiant glow. Imagine that soft, glowing light is radiating further and further until your entire body is surrounded by light. Keep breathing the light in and breathing the light out. Letting go of everything you don't need, letting go of any tension, any thoughts that get in your way. Let the light grow and grow until it fills up the room, until it fills up your entire home. Breathe deeply and slowly. Begin to count your inhales, starting at 1, working your way up to 5. Inhale, 1. Inhale, 2. Once you get to 5, release any control of your breath, release any counting. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. Welcoming your baby to your practice. Welcoming yourself to your practice. This is your time to rest and restore and move and breathe. On your next inhalation, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bend the elbows, making goalpost arms or cactus arms. And we'll do that a few more times. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Bending the elbows. 2 more. Releasing your arms. And depending upon where you are, you're going to bend your knees and place your feet on the floor. Feet are going to be a little wider than hip distance apart, arms are wherever feels the most supportive for you. And we're just going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. So nice and slow. Starting to release into the low back and the hips. And as you come back to center, we're going to make a figure 4 shape with the legs. So the left foot is going to stay on the floor. The right ankle is going to come on to the thigh. And you're going to flex the toes and energetically press the thigh away from you like you're pressing it up towards the ceiling. You can have your left foot further away or closer to you depending upon how the stretch feels. And maybe you stay still, maybe you want to add in a little bit of side to side movement. Keeping the hips nice and square. Then we'll switch, taking the right foot to the floor. You can have it as far away or as close to you as you'd like. Flexing the toes on the left foot as you cross the ankle over the thigh. And then maybe add in that movement. Release it down. So this next position is half happy baby. If you're familiar with that pose, I'm going to give you an alternative depending upon how much space you have around baby. So the first option is just to take the right knee and bring it out towards the shoulder. So you can hang out right here, or if you'd like, you can grab the big toe or the outside of the foot. So the thigh is on the outside of the belly, so it's not compressing on the belly. Just take a few breaths wherever works best for your body. Release that down, nice and slow. And then again, you can just take the knee out towards the elbow. So this is a pushing position as well. Both knees back. Or you can grab the big toes, outsides of the feet. Just enjoy the stretch. Notice where you can soften. And slowly release. Last time, we're going to drop the legs side to side a couple times. And then you're going to roll all the way onto whichever side you prefer. Coming to your side, pressing into the arm, straightening the top leg as you press yourself up. So we always use the upper body, not the abdominals, to come up to a seat. So from here, if you want to slide one of your props underneath you, you're going to find a comfortable seated position. Sit on whatever you'd like. And you can push everything else out of the way. So legs can be crossed, soles of the feet can be together, whatever feels best for you today. Just find that neutral pelvis. So we're sitting on the sit bones and we're just very slightly spilling the pelvis forward. Everything is stacked. So that same long spine we had when we were reclined, we have it now that we are seated. Take one hand to your heart, one hand to your baby. Take a deep breath in here and let it all go. If you'd like, returning to that visualization of light, just imagining your breath as light, breath that you share with your baby, light that you share with your baby. And in this place, our goal tonight in our practice is to honor that connection and to also give ourselves permission to let go of the things that we can't control. What lies behind us and what lies before us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Letting go of the things we can't control. You can keep your hands where they are. We're going to start to just round into our hip circles, rounding forward and back. Staying connected to your breath. Finding a place to move in the opposite direction. Slowly making your way back to center. Release the arms. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Big sigh out. Good. One more time, letting go of your day, letting go of your week. Let's inhale the arms up. Take the left hand down to the floor. Open up through the right side body. Anchoring the hip down. Maybe lift your gaze. Maybe turn your gaze towards the floor. Inhale, come back to center. Switch sides. Anchoring the hip down. Opening up through the side body. Inhale, come on back to center. So we're going to come forward, hinging at the hips, keeping the spine really long. Walk your hands forward, send your tailbone back, and keep that length through the spine. So try not to round the spine here. Take some nice deep breaths all the way down past your baby. Walk the hands back towards your body, and then chain to the crossing of your legs. Sitting up tall, we're going to hinge at the hips again. So same stretch, different leg is in front, so it might feel a little different. Press the tailbone back, lengthen through your heart space, lengthen through the crown of the head. And roll the shoulders up towards the ears, press them back and down. A couple more rounds. One more time. Relax the shoulders down the back. We're just gonna do a couple seated cat-cow tilts. Inhale, lift the heart, press the tailbone back, belly spills forward. Exhale, lift your pelvic floor, hug your baby in and up, chin to chest. Exaggerate this movement, move the entire spine from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale everything out, core engagement as you round the spine. Inhale, everything softens. So our cat-cow tilt variations can be really helpful if you have been sitting a lot, just to kind of loosen up some of that tension in the back, pelvis. It's also a little bit of core work. Let's do one more. And find your way back to center. We're going to transition into tabletop. If you need cushion for your knees, you can adjust your props. Finding your tabletop, lots of length, shoulders slide away from the ears. We're going to start with pelvic tilt today because that helps create space in the back of the body. We're going to inhale into the rib cage, feel that expansion. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, hook your baby in. If you'd like, you can curl your toes under as well. Inhale, come back, long spine, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. As you do this, it might feel good to rock forward and back slightly. Trying to create as much space as you can in the back of the body. Take one more round. Meeting back at neutral spine. Hug your baby into the back of the body. So for this next one, if you have pubic bone pain, you're going to keep your knees down and you're just going to reach the arms out. If you don't have pubic bone pain, you're going to take your right leg back. Toes can stay down or the leg can lift. The leg is in line with the hip. Maybe the opposite arm reaches out. So wherever you're at, you want to feel really stable through your center. You want to be shaking and rocking. So you might need to bring it down a level. Hug your baby in and breathe. Release. Take your knees nice and wide. Sit back towards the heels just as much as you have space for. Getting that nice counter stretch. Floating back up into table. Hug your baby in. Take your version to the other side. Maybe the leg stays down, maybe the toes stay down. Wherever you're at, you're breathing, you're hugging your baby in, and you're staying really stable through your center. And release. Child's pose once again. Send the hips and the tailbone back. You can leave your arms out. You can create a pillow for your head. If you're feeling tight in the shoulders, you can bend your elbows, taking your thumb towards your spine. Connecting to your breath, imagining your baby. Creating some space, releasing some holding. We're gonna float up, but this time we're gonna come to our forearms. Back of the neck is long, shoulders are away from the ears. Try not to hold any tension in the shoulders and the neck here. If you have pubic bone pain, again, the knees are gonna stay down. You're gonna skip this next part. If you don't, you're gonna lift your right leg up. Bend the knee like there's something between the knee and the thigh. And then you're gonna draw these circles. They're gonna go out and in. Out and in. Take one more circle, nice and slow. Release that knee down. And just rock the hips side to side. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Hug your baby in, take the left leg up, bend the knee. Your circles are gonna go out and in. One more circle. Release. Cat-cow tilts from the pelvis only. So if you were to use the whole spine, you would see the upper back move. So we actually just want to move the pelvis. Inhale, lift the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone. Lift the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone. It's a very slight movement. It's just from the pelvis. So we're not using the upper back. We're not using the mid back. Couple more. Release. Press yourself up. Spread your fingers. Take your right leg back. Bend the knee. This time we're going to do lifts. Pressing the floor away. Lift the foot towards the ceiling. Lower down. It's a really small movement. As you lift, you're squeezing your glutes. Couple more. Squeeze the glutes. And release. Shake it off. Coming back to center. Hug your baby in. Left leg lifts. Bend the knee. Press the foot towards the ceiling. Squeeze as you lift. Lower back down. Shoulders away from the ears. Press the floor away evenly. Squeeze and lift. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Take the knees nice and wide. Find your child's pose once again. Take a nice deep breath in here. Big audible sigh out. Float your way back into tabletop. Curl your toes underneath you. We're coming to a squat at the back of the mat. Full squat or half squat, or skip the squat altogether if you need to. So you're coming into your squat. Hand comes wherever you can. Try to lengthen the spine and untuck the tailbone. Find your breath here. Relax your jaw. Take your hands to the floor. Press the hands into the mat. Come up halfway. Hands to thighs. All the way up. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. And just shake everything off. If you're not already there, you're going to step towards the back of the mat. Take the feet out wide. Pivot them out slightly. And just let your arms hang. So just start to find your neutral pelvis. Your brain is on top of your heart. Your heart is right on top of your baby. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Send your hips back. Squeeze your glutes, float back up. Exhale. So really focus on sending the hips back like you're sitting in a chair. The next time you come down, you're gonna hold for cat-cow tilts, dropping your hands to your thighs. Inhale, lift the tailbone, lift the heart, round the spine. Just finding your flow, finding your rhythm. Take one more tilt. Coming back into your squat, hands pressing into the thighs all the way up. Inhale, float the arms up. Hook the right wrist, reach up and over to the left. Heart is lifted. Float back, switch sides. Come on back. Release the arms. Heel toe the feet in just a little bit so the feet are about hip distance apart. We're gonna step the left foot forward. Big step, foot comes to the outer edge of the mat. Go ahead and sink into that front knee and try to square your hips and your belly button forward. So if you need to, if you feel like tweaking in this back leg, you're gonna take your stance even wider. Settling in here, relax the shoulders. Everything is stacked once again. Float the arms up. Take a bend in your left elbow, hook your left elbow, and just open up, reaching the left hand down the spine. While you're here, I want you to notice your ribs. Are they thrusting out? Drop them down. Take a nice deep breath here. Release the arms. Interlace the hands behind the back. Lift the heart. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you're gonna hinge forward. So maybe you only come forward halfway. Maybe you wanna come forward further to the inside of the front thigh. Both of the legs are pressing firmly into the floor. Check on your breath. Inhale, press through the feet. Float back up. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, sink back in. Press into your front foot. You're gonna come to the top of the mat. Feet are wide, toes pivoting out slightly. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, sink back down into your chair. We'll do this a few times. Squeeze the glutes to float back up. Next time you come down, you're gonna hold. Hands dropping to the thighs. We're gonna draw circles with the tailbone this time. So really exaggerated movement. Your whole body can move here. Again, finding your rhythm, finding your flow. Don't overthink it. Take it in the opposite direction. And eventually make your way back to center. Press the hands into the thighs. Come all the way up. Roll the shoulders. Up, back, and down. 2 more times. Relax the shoulders. Heel toe the feet in, again, about hip distance apart. We're gonna step the left foot back this time. So warrior one, front knee is on top or behind the ankle. Everything is squaring forward as much as you can get it. Float the arms up, relax into your shoulders. So remember, we want the ribs stacked right on top of the pelvis. So when we start to open it up, notice if they want to thrust, you want to bring them back down. Bend the right elbow, hook the right elbow, just open up through the upper body. Notice the ribs. Did they thrust? Can we drop them back down? Take a nice deep breath, letting go of any tension, any holding. Release the arms, hands behind the back. Press the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Maybe you stay here, maybe you hinge forward. Just finding your spot. Legs are strong here. Pressing firmly through both feet. Lift yourself back up. Release the hands. Inhale it up, straighten the front leg. Release your hands to your sides. All your weight into that front foot. Step to the top of the mat. Feet are wide once again. And so we're going to take a modified half sun salutation. Inhale, load it up. Exhale, bow forward, bend the knees, lift the tailbone towards the sky. Inhale, straighten your legs, hands come anywhere on the legs as you lengthen your spine. Exhale, bend the knees, come back into that squat position. Squeeze the glutes, take your hands to your heart. You're gonna just pause here, find your breath. Check in with your body, how are you feeling? Inhale, reach the arms up. Hook the right wrist, reach up and over. Bring it back, switch sides. Bring it back, release the arms. Roll out the shoulders. This time, move the head around. Move the shoulders in all directions, forward and back. Relax your jaw and your face. Coming back to center. Release it, heel toe the feet in. Shake. So I'm going to turn to face you, so if you want to take a wide stance on your mat. So the width of the stance is dependent on how you're feeling. If you feel any pressure, any pulling, you walk your stance in. You don't have to sink very far in these poses. We're going to start by coming into warrior two. Take your right foot, pivot it forward, sink into your right knee. So we want to keep everything stacked. So head, heart, baby, all stacked on top of each other, and then float the arms out. Take a look at both of your arms, reach through your fingertips, and then maybe gaze over the front middle finger. Pressing through the feet, really grounded. Find your breath here. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling, reverse your warrior. Backhand can come wherever you like. Maybe it comes to baby, maybe it wraps behind you. As you inhale, float through center, forearm to back arm reaches up. So we want to keep that shoulder away from the ear. Just lift your heart, lift your baby. Inhale, come back to center. Turn your palm, straighten your front leg, reverse. Moving into the space. Keeping the front leg straight, knee is soft. You're going to come back to center. Reach forward until you can't reach anymore, and then gently spill over. This top arm can reach up towards the ceiling. You can also take it to the hip as you try to press your shoulder back, lift your heart, lift your baby. So try not to sink into the leg with your hand. You're kind of lifting up from that space. Okay. On an inhale, you're going to pull yourself back up. Sink into that front knee. We'll pulse one time here, palms up. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, big sigh out. Release your hands. Go ahead and pivot your toes towards me. Deep breath in, exhale, fold forward. You can keep your hands on your hips or your legs, or bring your hands to your floor. Adding in some movement. Trying to feel movement through the spine, through the vertebrae. Letting the belly just hang out like a hammock for baby. Enjoying the weight of the baby not being on the back. Nice release. Pivot the toes out. Bend the knees. Keep the knees bent. Press the hands into your thighs. Left hand presses into the thigh, twist over to the right. And then opposite side. Come back to center. Press the hands into the thighs all the way up. Warrior two, opposite direction. Right foot is going to be parallel to the mat. Press the heels slightly out. Pivot the left toes forward and bend the knee. So ground through your feet, lift up through your upper body, and then float the arms out. Try to relax the shoulders. Just let them slide down the back. Find your breath here. Softening into it, even if it feels a little hard today. We're going to reverse our warrior. Some days everything feels hard, but when we do it, we feel a little better. Inhale, pull back to center, forearm to thigh. Again, backhand can drop to the hip, or you can reach it up. Lift your heart, lift your baby like you're leaning into a wall behind you. Inhale, pull yourself back. Straighten the front leg, reverse and reach. Or can you breathe in to create more space? Front leg stays straight, knee stays soft. Reach forward just as much as you can, and then spill over, lifting up out of this front leg. Back arm is up or down at your hip. On an inhalation, pull yourself up, sink into that front knee. Warrior two. We're gonna take a big breath together. Inhale, sigh it out, let it all go. Bring your hands to your hips, pivot your toes forward, deep breath in, and fold. Adding in even more movement this time, maybe bending into one knee and then the other. From your fold, you're going to transition and bring your knees to the mat. So however you need to get there, you're going to lower your knees down. Come up to standing on the knees for a moment. Reach the arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, press the shoulder blades together, lift the heart. Let's do that again. Reach the arms up, big stretch. And release the hands down by your side. We're going to keep the toes curled under and sit back towards the heels. So as always with this pose, you can untuck your toes, you can come to standing on the knees. I'm just going to be here for a couple of breaths. trying to soften into any discomfort that creeps in. Relax your jaw, relax your face. Take a nice cleansing breath. Come on out. Moving into tabletop. If you need to, transition on your mat. Walk your hands where you need to. Curl and uncurl the toes. Maybe tap the feet out. I just want you to start to move in any way that your body needs. Finding your way to center. We're going to take just a brief pigeon pose. You're going to slide your left ankle all the way to the left edge of your mat over by your left wrist. And your foot can be in towards your groin or towards your belly. And then you're going to walk your back foot back. So as best as you can, your hips are squaring forward. You can use props if you need help with that. You can stay lifted. You can lower down. Just whatever you have space for. If you feel pain in the knee, pain in the ankle, if the stretch is too much, come out. Child's pose is a great option. We're going to take 2 rounds of horse's breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the lips. Again. Press yourself up. Take your time. Press your hands into the mat. Curl the back toe. Bring the foot a little bit closer and then step the left leg back. Shake it out. Maybe you want to take a 3-legged dog or a downward facing dog. When you are ready, take it to the other side. Right knee comes all the way out to the right edge of the mat. Walk the foot in slightly. Back leg slides back. So again, you can stay lifted. You can lower down. So when we do that horse's breath, it's really hard to hold tension in the body. So it makes it easier to just release and soften. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhaling. Again. Walk your hands back towards your body. We're going to come out a little bit differently. You're just going to lean onto that left hip. Slide your legs in front of you. Bend your knees. Hands back behind. Heart is lifted. Drop your knees side to side. And this could be a really small movement. It can be a big, exaggerated movement. Just releasing. Coming back to center. And from here, we're going to come into Shavasana. So if you'd like to come into the position that you started class in, feel free. If you want to do something else, always an option. Making yourself as comfortable as you can. Maybe closing your eyes or softening your gaze. We're going to circle back to the meditation that we started class with this evening. As you settle in, release any need to control the breath. Let it slow. Let it move freely. Imagine once again that you're breathing directly into the womb, where your baby floats in a private sea of crystal clear water. Imagine that the breath you take in is a soft, white light. This light is calming, this light feels peaceful, this light feels safe. As you continue to breathe in, imagine that light filling the womb, surrounding your baby with vitality and health-giving energy. Continue to breathe this soft, glowing light into your womb, down to your baby. Imagine that the light which fills the womb is beginning to radiate in all directions. Let it fill your entire body with a radiant glow. Imagine that the soft, glowing light is radiating further and further until your entire body is surrounded. Keep breathing the light in and breathing out everything you don't need, any tension, any thoughts that are in your way. Breathe deeply and slowly. Notice your breath. Notice your baby. Notice everything beyond your baby. Start to feel your body, your hands, your feet, your legs, your arms. Take a deep breath in. Big sigh out. Start to wiggle your fingers. and your toes. Circle your ankles and your wrists. And just begin to take any movement, whatever feels good to you in this moment. And whenever you feel ready, rolling to your side, pressing yourself up, finding a comfortable seat. Meet seated, one hand on heart, one hand on your baby. Remembering that what lies behind us, and what lies before us, are all but tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Allow yourself to release the need to control the things that are beyond our control. Finding peace and trust and faith within yourself. On your next inhalation, inhale deeply, float the arms out and up. Sigh it out. One more time, deepest breath you've taken all week so far. Really let it go. Pausing with your hands at your heart, gently bow your chin toward your chest. Thank yourself for taking time out for your practice. I thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.